Hey guys, I know it's been a while since my last wrestling news update. Haven't been really watching much of wrestling since WrestleMania. Now, I still get watch some of the stuff on Raw and SmackDown, some clips and stuff like that. I know WrestleMania Backlash was this Sunday, and I did watch it. I thought the first two matches on the card were really good. Rhea Ripley defending the women's Raw Women's title against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. It was a really good match. I kind of knew, really Ripley is going to probably retain, and she was going to probably pin Asuka because they don't want Charlotte to lose. And what I think they're doing is they're building Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley down the road. I don't know if that's going to be at SummerSlam or I guess the next pay per view is going to be Hell in the Cell. So that is a possibility. Seeing that Rhea Ripley doesn't really have any other contenders besides Asuka, Asuka's going to take the pinfall. But then again, on Raw she won, so and they're keeping her strong. They're kind of protecting Charlotte, but I think they're gearing towards a Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley match. Hopefully, we can have a long build to it to SummerSlam, and then I would say I would have Charlotte win back the title because it's always good to have a heel champion, and establish Rhea Ripley as maybe like a baby face and have her chase the title for a couple of months because she just came in. I mean, she just got into Raw. She was just from NXT, and within a month she's the women's champion. So she should have a really long build to chasing the title. That's something you want to do with the baby faces. Again, I'm assuming that she is a baby face. So the next match on there that I really liked was a tag match. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode defending against Dominik and Rey Mysterio. Again, I'm not a big fan of Rey Mysterio, but I like the story of this match. It was just so old school. It just reminded me of the good old days of wrestling. Before the match, the heels take out one of the baby faces, so the other baby face has to spend the majority of the match on his own, and he's getting punished, and then finally his partner comes out, and he makes the hot tag, and it's such a good. So it was a long match. And I hated to see Dolph and Rude lose the tag titles. But I could see, WWE wants, the first time a father and son tag team champions and stuff like that. Only criticism like Dominik, I mean, he's just really young and does not look like a threatening wrestler. And I think that's why I would probably, if I was, in WWE, I think you might want to have him wear a mask just because make him more threatening, because he just looks like a child, and again he doesn't really look like he goes to the gym at all. Again, most wrestlers today are not like how they are, and you don't have to be on steroids or anything, but you want to look kind of athletic. And I would say, I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know probably McMahon doesn't like masks and stuff like that, but I would have had him maybe get a mask, and maybe that would help his appearance. That's my opinion. But other than that, I mean, Damian Priest versus The Miz. I heard The Miz got hurt. I mean, that's maybe unfortunately, it's unfortunate for him. He might be off TV for a couple of months. I know they're going to try to really build Damian Priest. Now, I remember Damian Priest when he was Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor, and I said to myself, man, this is going to be the future guy in Ring of Honor. He's going to probably be the future champion there. He was a TV champion for a while, and I think that when he was about to get elevated, that's when he was signed with NXT, and I think he's going to get a huge push on Raw. Hopefully, WWE doesn't ruin it, but I could see big things for Damian Priest. Bianca Belair and Bayley. Again, you didn't know that. They weren't going to swap the titles. Bayley's really good as a heel, but and then she had her time as a champion. So, like, as a heel now, like most heels, their job is to pretty much, get the babyface over, and each night, lose to the babyface. That's her position in the company right now. So I guess this feud might continue. I think there was like I heard rumors of they're going to do like a hair versus hair match or something like that. So of course Bayley would lose that match and get her head shaved. So we'll see if that happens. Again at the next pay-per-view. Uh, Bobby Lashley versus the triple threat match. Bobby Lashley defending against Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. I kind of figured that they were not going to switch the titles. If they were going to do that at WrestleMania when they had a crowd, they probably weren't going to do it now. So it was, again, one of those throwaway matches, I would say. It was a good match, but I didn't see Bobby Lashley losing the title. And like I said before when I was doing my review for WrestleMania, I was like saying I think they should give Bobby Lashley more of a run with the title and not just automatically have him drop it to Drew McIntyre. It'd be interesting what they do with the championship scene on Raw. Past Raw with the open challenge, it looks like perhaps they're building up Kofi Kingston again, which is a good thing since, 2 years ago you made him the WWE champion, and then all of a sudden, his push was over. He's like, gets killed by Brock Lesnar, and that's it. Hopefully, this is, an opportunity for them to, build up Kofi Kingston again and maybe perhaps to have a feud with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley can't always have a match with Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. They need to be other contenders. Kofi Kingston's a good contender. He's an underdog, and he's a good wrestler, and again, great babyface. Can't say anything enough about Kofi Kingston. But yeah, that would be a good feud. Drew McIntyre, he was champion for so long last year. Sometimes, the fans get bored and you just need a change. And I'm not sure what his next step would be. Again, you look at it like old school, when Ultimate Warrior lost the WWE title to Sergeant Slaughter at the Royal Rumble 91, he was put into another feud with Macho Man Randy Savage. So there was always it wasn't like he had nothing to do. With Drew McIntyre, he just needs to be put into a different feud with somebody. I'm not sure who on the roster that would be. But, I guess we're going to have to find out. The same thing with Roman Reigns against Cesaro. Again, you knew Roman Reigns was going to drop the title. Cesaro, they're really building him up the last couple of months. And at the end of the match, when Seth Rollins came out and he had to stare down with Roman Reigns, for a minute I thought possibly they were going to make him a babyface again. And I was just thinking maybe he would just push or attack Roman Reigns, and then they'll explain it on SmackDown why Seth Rollins did that, and build him up as a babyface, as a challenge for Roman Reigns, and they could build that up for the summer, even though they've had their feud before, a couple years ago and stuff, and they had their history. But I'm just not into the Seth Rollins heel character. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't like it. I don't know. And then he attacks, Cesaro. So that's going to lead to a match at the next pay-per-view probably. I don't know if they're going to do Hell in a Cell with those two guys, but they'll probably have a match. But what's next for Roman Reigns? We don't know. The next pay-per-view is coming up. He's got the whole thing with the Usos. I don't think they're going to do Usos or something with him again. And I hope not. But he already went through Daniel Bryan. I don't know where Edge is. You would assume Edge would be maybe challenging and trying to get a rematch. Seems that Edge hasn't been seen since WrestleMania. So I don't know what the plans are. I don't know who on the roster on SmackDown will be the next challenger for Roman Reigns. I just think Roman Reigns is on a level of his own right now, and there's not going to be a lot of people that can, that could be a reasonable person to take the title away from him. The only match I could think of, if you build it to SummerSlam, possibly, I don't think it's going to happen, but if they bring back Brock Lesnar, they have the whole thing with Paul Heyman, that can definitely be a main event and probably, you know, get some ratings on TV and stuff. I'm not sure if they're going to bring Brock Lesnar back. I'm not sure. Not sure what they're going to do with Daniel Bryan. I know everybody's thinking the rumors, oh, he's going to be on AEW or New Japan. That's not going to happen. He's going to stay with WWE. And the reason he's going to stay with WWE because, you know, he's used to, you know, he has a spot there. And, you know, his wife is signed with them. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. You know, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella, I think they're going to, rumors are they're making a comeback in the fall. Who knows if that's going to actually happen. But I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I don't know what I mean, I know he wants to do like part-time. So he doesn't want to work like a full schedule. You know, maybe he'll be on Raw. Who knows? But that's pretty much it. What's going on with wrestling? You know, the next pay-per-view they have is Hell in the Cell. That's usually the October pay-per-view, so they're moving it up to May. So, sorry, June. So June. Interesting on why they're moving that pay-per-view. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that October pay-per-view will be Halloween Havoc. That would be so cool if they were able to bring that back to you know, an actual pay-per-view, not just an NXT special. So I'm hoping that they will do that in October. That's the reason why they're moving Hell in the Cell up. So we've got Hell in the Cell. That's June. July, I think they're going to do Money in the Bank. And, you know, August will be SummerSlam. So that's the summer pay-per-views coming up. We're going to see what direction everything goes in. And hopefully it starts to get better. You know, again, wrestling has been, especially WWE, has been, creative hasn't been the best. But we'll keep watching.